As I promised a while back, I wanted to make another top 10 movie list video, as in my favorite top 10 movies. Well, I did that before, but if you want to count that one, that will make 20. Yeah, not 50 like James Rolfe did, because I don't want to do too much stuff what he did, and I just don't want to stuff inspired by him. I want to do the same thing like my way. So, without a doubt, let's start another top. I forgot to mention that I'm wearing the same shirt as the first one. That's a bit of a surprising. I didn't notice that till this morning. And I added some few stuffs. Even the first video doesn't have that. As you can see, Zack Snyder's night, me and my birthday present from my mom, Zack Snyder and me, and Con Man from my own Tuche. Yeah. Let's start the top 10 other favorite movies. My other favorite movies. Number 20, Wall-E. I did this movie review a while back, and it's probably one of the most phenomenal Disney Pixar film of all time. I wanted to add Toy Story 3, but I was thinking like, how could I add it while I compare to this? Even though it's a standalone movie, it doesn't have any sequels, but it doesn't matter. I think this movie is far better than Toy Story trilogy, but it's not. It's totally a different thing. I mean, Wall-E has a special place in my heart. So does the Toy Story trilogy. Number 19, Pan's Labyrinth. Great film by Mexican director Guillermo del Toro, which is it's a Spain film, of course. And this movie has very interesting creature designs, and not only that, has a interesting story. It's about a girl who met some sort of creature during the Spain Civil War, and she believes that she's a missing princess from a different kingdom. And all throughout the movie, she's trying to get her real home. But only thing that is this all happening or is not? That's the question this movie leaves you with. And also the ending is probably one of the most saddest ending I ever seen since Requiem for a Dream, Logan, or Dark Knight. And yeah, this movie takes place in the Spain Civil War, so that's even more tragic. Like lots of innocent people die since it's half fantasy, half war film. But overall, pretty good. Number 18, A Night to Remember. As I mentioned before, this movie will be included in my other list. And yeah, this movie is basically is based on the events of the Titanic's tragic sinking, same way that what James Cameron did in the 90s. But this movie came out before, and it done much better. And thing is that the both are amazing, but this movie has something special. It's like a realistic version of the Titanic sinking, while Cameron's version is fictional romance. But this, it shows a lot of plenty of great characters, and or shall I say, real life people trying to struggling to survive. And yeah, this movie is a British film, and but one of the most finest films I ever saw from the 50s, and I think it's more emotional than Titanic, I say. I mean, not. I mean, that movie. Both of them are emotional in their own way, but this movie is. Don't hate me, James Cameron or his fans. This is better. Number 17, Miss Harris Goes to Paris. I did this movie review too, along with the Peanuts movie. And this movie is also a remake from the, I believe, in the 80s or 90s, but this is the version I saw it first. And this is another British film, and what I like about it is basically the character, the main protagonist, way ahead of her friendships all the way, in the Paris while trying to get her favorite dress, or dream dress as she mentions or describes. And also the characters are all likable, even how bad they are, even the who works in the dressing company, or should I say store. And the ending is so heartwarming, and of course Jason Isaacs also pretty good in the film. It's like a Prince of Cinderella, like lots of people says. Number 16. Of course, Even Mice Belong in Heaven. And I did this movie review too, and I wanted to include this because this movie is special. Like one of the most brilliant, phenomenal, groundbreaking stop motion movie I ever seen by Czech Republic. In my original review, I said this movie is a European film because I didn't know about the which country it's from, because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, this movie is a good story about friendship between the Wheezy and Whitebelly, the mice and the fox who end up in heaven. And yeah, even the story itself is so beautiful, like it makes you put right in there. And also the ending, even though it made me cry in the first time, but every time I watch it, I can't control my emotions. As in the second time watch, the third time I can. Number 15, Alien by Ridley Scott. Released in 1979, it's one of my favorite science fiction horror films of all time. If you don't know the plot, well, basically, ship named Nostromo, who picks up a signal from the nearby planet, and picks up that signal, and then basically it's a slasher film set in space with the extraterrestrial life form slaughtering every 7 member of the crew. And all the characters are very great. Like one of my favorite characters so far is Brett, and then late Harry Dean Sultan's character. He always says right. And you know me, I love comic relief characters, so it makes sense it's my favorite. And yeah, this movie is amazing and scary as hell at the same time, so not better movie for my younger viewers, so you might want to skip this one because it's not for kids, even though Kenner made some kids' toys product. Number 14. Doctor Sleep is a sequel to The Shining, and I never thought this will be a sequel to the Stanley Kubrick film. I mean, I watched this movie first time all by myself, and later with my mom, and we both liked it, but she doesn't remember it very much because she saw it once. I'd like to show her again and let her see what she thought about it again. Like I said, it's a sequel to the Stanley Kubrick film, not the TV film was made in the 90s, which that's what I thought in the first place. That would have been more interesting, but since director Mike Filligan and author Stephen King might be chose to make this movie adaptations a sequel to the Stanley Kubrick Shining. I mean, yeah, all the actors were recasted, but the recasting is so perfect, you don't even realize that these aren't the same guys. I mean, especially even McGregor was also great as the older Danny Torrance. What was the actor's name again? Henry Thomas also good as Jack Torrance. Like he looks a little bit like Jack Nicholson, but not too much. But yeah, great sequel and great way to end this shining story. I hope King doesn't make another third installment. Number 13, which is an unlucky number, but one of my favorite films in it. I hope it doesn't bring a curse into it. Sorry, another bad joke. And this movie is The Invisible Man from 1933. You're probably wondering that why isn't Frankenstein or Dracula and why another horror movie all of a sudden? Because I love horror films. They're cinema too, like come on. And why did I like this one? Well, basically, the effects are groundbreaking for 1933. And also the part what I like about is the villain played by Claude Rains, Jack Griffin, plays so sinisterly amazing. Is that even a word, sinisterly? Well, I just made that up. I made that up, I know. Well, also based on the book, but also the I bet has difference, but I don't know what difference are. Even though I have the book in here somewhere. Yes, I see it right there in my shelf. H.G. Wells write that. And also the part I like about is basically, besides the effects, Claude Rains' amazing performance is amazing. Especially the reveal, when he's revealed himself, I show you who I am and what I am, and he starts laughing, and everybody's doing exaggerated shout faces. That's a bit funny. Number 12, Gone Girl by David Fincher. Ben Affleck's finest film as an actor. This movie has an ambiguous ending also, but it doesn't gonna harm it. The suspense, thriller, and of course the acting of Ben Affleck and Carrie Coon, I believe that's her name, who plays her sibling. They have a good acting. And Rosamund Pike, I hope I pronounced her name right. She's such a sinister evil witch that you just want to get what she deserves, because I'm not gonna spoil anything though, but she's kind of an evil person. So is the Ben Affleck's character. But if you haven't seen this movie, go check it out. It's a great thriller and a great suspenseful film, like Alfred Hitchcock style. But I wish the ending was a bit better. Like, come on, David Fincher. And then last, number 11. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Best one in the trilogy and a great end of the trilogy. Even though I never read the books, but I think this is one of the best Lord of the Rings movie by Peter Jackson himself. And lots of people would agree, and there's a lot of great action, great special effects, great shots, and of course, has a great message too. I mean, one of my favorite parts in the film, I think, the ending and the story, obviously. I teared up while watching with my mom, even though I watched it first time. But yeah, I mean, this movie is probably one of the most rarest moment that fantasy film win a Best Picture award along with many awards. I think it was 11 or 14, I don't remember, but it kicked Schindler's List and the Godfather trilogy and also the Titanic in the Academy Award list. I mean, that's mind blowing. That I never thought this trilogy would have been successful than Harry Potter, of course. Harry Potter. One of the Harry Potter movies is on a first top 10 list. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you like this video. I hope you like my list. And of course, one thing to say is that if you want to know another 10 is, just watch the video down link description below. And I bet you guess which one is the part 1 and part 2 and part 3. I mean, numbers 1 and 2, 3 is. If you watch my channel, if you haven't seen my channel, go watch the previous video so you can know which one is which. Anyway, take care guys, and see you next time on Weird Theory, but not Mission Impossible episode, but something different. That's right, Weird Con is finally returning, baby!